This is the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Deluxe class Cog. At first I was uncertain as who this guy was. The more I see, the more pictures I see of him, I think he's a compliment for Fort Max. If you had the Generations Fortress Maximus, he would be perfect. So here's a look at the packaging. Very nice. And here is Cog out of packaging, and yeah, just a bunch of guns put together to form a robot. Essentially, that's what it is. He is a conglomerate or a amalgamation or a aggregate of these weapons that they gave some semblance to limbs, and they combined them to form a robot. It's all right. I mean, it's really not doing it for me. I don't know. I mean, if you the colors seem to be right. He's got silver, blue, and red. So if you have the Generations Fortress Maximus, he would be a perfect companion for that otherwise boring huge robot, and he'd fit nicely. The color scheme wise, the weapons will fit nicely in it as a vehicle or as a robot. He would be perfect for Fortress Maximus. And what the whole gimmick about this figure is, it's supposed to be it's a weapons robot. It's supposed to augment and upgrade a particular transformer, which is interesting. I think I like that idea. I think that's an ingenious idea, but it's just a little bit bland for me. I don't know why. I saw pictures of this one on the internet. I really thought I would like him. I'm just not liking him as much as I thought I would. And yeah, that's what it is. He's got a swivel neck, swivel waist, swivel shoulders. They go in and out as well. Elbow bend up to there, a little over 90 degrees, 100-degree bend. The feet can do this. Can do the splits like that. Forward, hindered at the back because of this. And then he's got that thigh swivel, knee bend, and nothing to do with transformation. They just gave him some nice rocker joints, and I love that. That's what I like about the Siege figures, War for Cybertron Siege figures, and most of them have rocker pivots or ankle joints that allow you to pose them in really nice wide stances, and I like that. Okay, comes with weapons. Okay, and you can peg them anywhere. There is a 5mm port. Don't stay on that well on the fists, but on the forearms, everywhere else, they're okay. Okay, so he comes with a nice set of instructions, and based on the instructions, it's saying that it's best to put him on sideswipe, both defensive configurations and offensive configurations. But he also transforms into a vehicle, so let's get right to that. Okay, so he turns into sort of like an armored transport or tank. To do that, you gotta split the torso like that. That here, and then the upper part of the torso. You just do this, and swivel the neck, head, and then just do that. Tuck it in. Okay, and then the arms, you're supposed to remove them and reattach them onto the chest. Make sure those things are facing out, so it just looks better. Okay, and that's the front part of the car. It's okay. And then the lower half. What you do is you rotate that whole assembly down, tab the legs in right there, and that's that. Okay. And then the guns, they mount right here. And and you're supposed to attach them together like that. And he is like a tank train, a battle tank, armored train tank, whatever. It's okay. I mean, it looks a little bit forced. The silhouette isn't. It's not that great. Some gaps everywhere. And it doesn't even stay on that well, at least on my copy of the figure. You know, that's as far as it goes. Can't go any deeper like that. It just... Okay. And to transform Cog into his weapons mode, there are two configurations, the offense and the defense. So let's start with the defensive configuration. And to do that, you gotta split up Cog. Take off the arms like this and remove the torso by just moving it forward like that. Okay. And then you will need to remove the legs. Okay, so basically just tear up the figure. Okay. Now the first thing you got to do is you got to turn this one into a shield, and the instructions say to do this and fold it just a little bit because there's not enough clearance on sideswipe shoulders. Okay, and then just fold it down just like that, and that will form the shield. And then for the back, mount the arms as cannons like this. Okay, and just plug it in right there. This really reminds me of the 80s cartoon Centurions. If you grew up in the 80s, Max, Jake, and Ace, Power Extreme. I love that show. I wish Hasbro would get the rights to that. I mean, Kenner made the toys, the Centurion toys. I hope Hasbro would get the rights to do the toys, and man, those are gonna be awesome. Okay, and the last bit that you have to do based on the instructions is to plug these things in, sort of like to make him taller, I guess. And then the guns are supposed to go here, and they are so loose. They don't even, the pegs are much too thin. They're not gonna stay on. Too loose. And that is defensive configuration for Cog on sideswipe, and it's okay. I get what Hasbro is trying to do. I think it's interesting, and but you know, it's underwhelming to say the least. And if you ask me, my own defensive configuration should probably be something like this. Pull these out like that, like that. Go ahead and tab these here. And then I wanted these to be more like boosters. Like Iron Man has extra boosters, and I think it'll give it more of a stable form to sideswipe. That way he doesn't tip over because of the back heavy weapons. You put this back on like that, and to me that's like, you know, sideswipe in G1 had a jetpack, and I thought this would have been a better defensive configuration. So he could get to where he was supposed to defend, like go to Metroplex, or go to, let's defend Fortress Maximus. Decepticons are attacking. Sideswipe, go! And it's like Skybolt, Power Extreme. In this way, he's like a jet. It's like an Iron Man, a War Machine, or Iron Man with lots of weapons. And then he lands, he makes a stand. Decepticons, eat dirt, Decepticons. And I think this is honestly, this is to me a better defensive configuration than the one said by the instructor. And now for the offense configuration. And what you want to do is you want to keep the legs attached to the lower torso, and then you're going to want to attach the arms right here. So they'll be big ass cannons. And then you're going to want to mount guns right here. Okay, and attach them, same thing as defense. You're going to attach them this way. Those are big, really big shoulder cannons, or I mean, wow. Okay, and then this one supposedly forms his pistol. So right there. So if this gun wasn't enough, there's a second gun, second blaster for you to shoot. So I thought this was exaggerated. I thought it was pretty okay. I thought it was pretty neat. It's like, it'll scare any Decepticon. Like, Decepticons! I thought that was pretty good. Actually, I think the standard offensive position is actually much better than the defensive configuration. But, you know, if you ask me, I would do it differently, obviously. I would do it this way. See where I'm going with this one? This, I would like fold it all the way like that. Okay. Put his arms like that. Put his arms like that. How did I do it? Okay. This. All right. Just to add some heft. Like this. Okay. I think this is a better offensive position. If you watch The Matrix. Look at that. Now he's ready to do battle. I think this is a better configuration. But again, like I said, it's really up to you how you want to do it. I mean, the way Cog has been designed, it gives a lot of freedom, a lot of creativity for you to pose it. And I thought this was pretty interesting, that you could do something like this. So final thoughts on the figure. Should you get him? I think it's a unique and creative figure for this line. If you're really into this variable weapon systems for your Transformers Generations figures, yeah, it's definitely a good pickup. It's definitely something different. It borders on the Minicon combiners and Duocons, but at the same time, it doubles as a great creative way, creative execution for the weaponizer gimmick. And you know what? Throughout this video, when I was shooting this video, the moment I started, I dismissed this figure. And now, seeing that it has a lot of versatility to it, I'm actually willing to recommend this figure. The figure is going to get an 8 out of 10 for me. I was going to give it a 5 out of 10 because of first impressions on it when I first opened it up. But now, seeing that you can do so much with it, it's going to get a solid 8 out of 10 for me. Everyone's going to be looking for Hound and Sideswipe for the Deluxes in this wave, so you'll probably have an easier time getting him. And I think it's worth getting, other than just a companion for Fortress Maximus. I think Hasbro really stumbled on something right now with this kind of figure. And because of this, I'm actually looking forward to getting 6-Shot in the coming waves, just to do the same thing. I'm glad that this thing is very versatile, because if it would only had specific configurations, then I wouldn't recommend it. So it's a great figure, but it's not super great, but it's a good enough figure, especially for the weaponizer gimmick and the versatility of the configurations. I think it's worth picking up. Hope you enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Siege Deluxe Class Cog. Thanks for watching.